According to the European Society for Clinical Nutrition and Metabolism, ESPN, healthy older adults need at least 1.0 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight each day. This number goes even higher if you have chronic conditions or are recovering. When combined with appropriate physical activity, proper nutrition can slow or even reverse muscle loss. In today's video, I'll share 5 foods that contain more protein than eggs and are especially suitable for people over 60. Before creating this video, we spent hours reading and selecting the latest medical research. From rigorously peer-reviewed journals to in-depth reports. Every piece of information has been thoroughly verified so that each tip in this video is something you can trust and safely apply at home. And if you'd like to explore further, all research sources are listed right below the video for your easy reference. If you find this topic helpful, hit like and subscribe to the channel for simple, effective nutrition tips delivered to you daily. Let's get started. Number 1. Chicken breast, the switch lever to reactivate muscles after 60. What sets chicken breast apart is not just its high protein content, around 27 grams per 100 grams of lean meat, according to Nutrition and Metabolism in Sports, Exercise and Health, AIMS 2019, but specifically its leucine content, an essential amino acid that plays a key role in triggering muscle protein synthesis, especially in older adults. After 60, the body becomes less responsive to dietary protein, a phenomenon known as anabolic resistance. This means even if you eat enough protein, your body doesn't build muscle as efficiently. That's why many seniors feel weaker despite unchanged eating habits. However, leucine plays a unique role. It's not only a building block for muscle, it acts as a trigger to activate mTORC1, a central biological pathway for protein synthesis. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food, 2016, showed that leucine can activate mTORC1 even in the absence of other amino acids, and once mTORC1 is triggered, it initiates a cascade of cellular signals that help rebuild weakened muscle fibers. Unlike other amino acids that can convert to glucose, leucine doesn't raise blood sugar, especially important for seniors at risk for diabetes. And because chicken breast is rich in leucine, just a modest portion per meal is enough to trigger meaningful biological effects. According to a review by Wolf et al. In Nutrition and Healthy Aging, 2017, the leucine dose needed to trigger an anabolic response in older adults is about 3 grams per meal. This equates to 100 to 150 grams of cooked lean chicken breast, a very practical serving size. Moreover, the study emphasized that evenly distributing protein throughout the day, rather than loading it into one meal, greatly improves muscle building. Young adults can build muscle with just 20 grams of protein per meal, but older adults need closer to 30 grams, including around 3 grams of leucine, to overcome the biological resistance caused by aging. Intervention studies in older adults also show that supplementing with protein alone, even at adequate levels, does not restore muscle without leucine. In contrast, meals containing enough leucine and spaced across 3 main meals led to better muscle retention, improved lower body strength, and reduced fall risk. Notably, in patients undergoing extended hospital stays, leucine supplementation was the key factor in preserving thigh muscle mass, something protein alone could not achieve. A chicken breast portion of around 120 grams per meal, roughly the size of your palm, is just the right amount to provide enough protein and leucine for adults over 60. Cooking method is also crucial. Choose nutrient-preserving methods like steaming, boiling, light pan searing, or slow roasting. Avoid charred grilling or deep frying. High heat destroys protein structure and reduces leucine bioavailability. Pair it with vegetables rich in vitamin C, like red bell peppers, spinach, or cauliflower, as vitamin C supports iron and zinc absorption, both of which are essential for muscle function and tissue repair. If you have underlying conditions like high blood pressure or are taking diuretics, consult your doctor to ensure your protein intake matches your personal needs. One piece of chicken breast a day, seemingly simple, but when sustained correctly, can help you hold on to what's most precious: independent mobility and the confidence in every step you take. Number 2. Quinoa, a tiny supergrain that nourishes muscle and overall health. After 60. In the world of grains, quinoa is among the very few plant-based foods that contain all 9 essential amino acids, something even rice, corn, or oats don't have. Just a handful of quinoa can deliver a protein-rich, mineral-rich meal without causing blood sugar spikes or bloating. For people over 60, quinoa is more than a food. It's a gentle, sustainable helper for body recovery. Unlike most common grains like rice, corn, or wheat, quinoa has a unique protein structure. It contains chenopodin, 11S globulin, 37%, and 2S albumin, 35%. Both high biological value proteins stabilized by disulfide bonds, according to Samira Dakili et al. In Food Chemistry, 2020. Quinoa not only has a high protein content, 12 to 23%, depending on the variety, but is also rich in lysine, an amino acid often missing in grains. Lysine is crucial for synthesizing collagen, enzymes, and muscle tissue. In addition to lysine, quinoa provides methionine and cysteine, 2 sulfur-containing amino acids that protect cells from oxidative stress, which is particularly important in older adults. Notably, quinoa has very low prolamine content, 0.5 to 7%, making it a gut-friendly food for people with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity. Beyond its structure, quinoa maintains protein stability. Even after cooking, its proteins can form gels, retain moisture, emulsify, and foam, thanks to special surface properties. This enhances digestion and amino acid absorption, especially when quinoa is cooked, finely ground, or soaked overnight. According to a review by Semra Navruz-Varli and Nevan Sanlier, 2016 Journal of Cereal Science, quinoa is not just high in protein, it also contains beneficial bioactive compounds like saponins, phytosterols, and phytoecdysteroids. These help reduce inflammation, stabilize blood pressure, raise good cholesterol, and protect blood vessels. Quinoa is especially suited for high-risk groups: seniors, women with osteoporosis, and patients with diabetes, heart disease, or recovering from illness. Experimental results from Jenny Rualis and Babu M. Nair, Plant Foods for Human Nutrition, 1992, show quinoa protein has high digestibility, with NPU equals 75.7, BV equals 82.6, TD equals 91.7, almost equal to milk and eggs. This means the body can absorb most of quinoa's protein, critical when older bodies struggle with digestion. Moreover, just 40 grams of quinoa per day can meet most recommended essential amino acid, RDA levels, and also provide calcium, iron, zinc, and magnesium, key minerals for muscle maintenance, bone density, and nerve function. An ideal portion for older adults is 1/2 to 1 cup cooked quinoa, 90 to 185 grams, eaten at breakfast or lunch. Always rinse and soak it for at least 2 hours before cooking to remove saponins, a naturally bitter compound that can irritate the gut. Quinoa is versatile. Use it instead of rice, toss it into cold salads, make light soups, or cook it like oatmeal. For people with heart disease, diabetes, or high cholesterol, quinoa is a safe and effective alternative to refined carbs like white bread, white rice, or pasta. With quinoa, the goal isn't to eat a lot, but to eat it at the right time and in the right way, so the body can truly absorb its valuable nutrients. Just one small bowl at breakfast or lunch, consistently every day, can make a huge difference. Steadier steps, longer-lasting satiety, and most importantly, feeling well without complex meals. Number 3. Soybeans, the plant meat that protects muscles, bones, and heart after 60. A quiet morning, you pour yourself a glass of soy milk. Light, not too sweet. But few people know that in every sip of this simple drink lies a powerful plant compound, capable of supporting the bones, heart, and even muscles, those parts of the body that, after 60, need more protection than ever. This so-called plant protein doesn't just replace meat. It's increasingly viewed by science as a tool to support senior health in a very different way. Have you ever felt your legs weakening after each winter? Or during a checkup, the doctor said your bone density is decreasing, or your cholesterol is a bit high but not yet needing medication? These seemingly unrelated signs are actually connected. They are signs of metabolic aging, when the body no longer responds to nutrition as well as before. That's when you need a gentler protein, less inflammatory, but still high quality enough to support your muscle mass, bone density, and heart health. Soybeans. The greatest strength of soybeans lies in their ability to provide high-quality protein containing all essential amino acids, especially leucine, an amino acid that plays a key role in triggering muscle protein synthesis through the mTOR mechanism. In people over 60, this process is often diminished, known as anabolic resistance due to aging. Supplementing with soy protein may help address this condition, especially when used consistently throughout the day. Alongside protein, soybeans contain a group of compounds called isoflavones, notably genistein and diethzane. These are phytoestrogens, plant estrogens, that can bind to estrogen beta receptors in bone cells, helping reduce bone resorption and promote bone formation. This is particularly important for postmenopausal women whose estrogen levels drop rapidly. Genistein can also increase the activity of osteoblasts, bone-building cells, and inhibit osteoclasts, bone-resorbing cells, thereby improving overall bone density. Notably, genistein also functions as a natural anti-inflammatory, reducing levels of inflammatory cytokines like TNF-alpha and IL-6, factors linked to muscle loss due to aging. This mechanism not only protects muscle tissue, but is also beneficial for cardiovascular health, since chronic low-grade inflammation underlies atherosclerosis, high blood pressure, and type 2 diabetes. A series of clinical and review studies show that consuming around 25 grams of soy protein daily can reduce LDL cholesterol by 4 to 6%, especially in individuals at high cardiovascular risk or with elevated baseline cholesterol. This effect was recognized by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, in 1999 and has since been reinforced by dozens of studies. For bones, a 6-month randomized controlled trial in postmenopausal women taking 90 milligrams of isoflavones daily showed significant increases in spinal and femoral neck bone density compared to the placebo group. For muscles, a trial in older men, ages 60 to 75, taking 30 grams of soy protein per day combined with light exercise resulted in increased lean muscle mass and improved lower limb function, comparable to the group taking whey protein. One especially noteworthy study found that genistein improves insulin sensitivity and reduces insulin resistance, a major risk factor for diabetes and visceral fat accumulation in older adults. For many older, soy used to be seen as a woman's food, but research has proven otherwise. There's no evidence that isoflavones negatively impact testosterone or male hormones at normal dietary intake levels. On the contrary, many men over 60 who replaced a few meat-based meals with soy reported noticeable differences. Deeper sleep, reduced bloating, and significantly improved lipid profiles within 2 to 3 months. An effective serving for older adults might start with 1 cup, 240 milliliters, of unsweetened soy milk or 100 to 150 grams of steamed silken tofu. It can be mixed into soups, salads, or used in place of meat in light stir-fries. If you're semi-vegetarian or have trouble digesting red meat, soy is a reliable alternative. Besides tofu and soy milk, you can also try edamame, steamed fresh soybeans, miso, soybean paste, or tempeh, fermented soybeans. Maintaining a daily intake of about 20 to 30 grams of soy protein spread across meals will help support your heart, bones, and muscles. Soy won't promise overnight miracles, but if you start today, a little bit each day, your body will learn to absorb and adjust. Choose minimally processed, non-fried, unsweetened products and eat it as part of a sustainable lifestyle. You don't have to give up meat entirely, just make sure soy appears regularly and you're on the right path to healthier living after 60. Number 4. Lentils. Small seed, big benefits for muscle, heart, and blood sugar stability. After 60, you may have seen lentils in Indian or Mediterranean dishes, small seeds that soften when cooked, sometimes stewed with vegetables or made into simple soups. But few know that lentils are among the foods recommended by the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, in strategies to combat elderly malnutrition. Not only because they are affordable and easy to cook, but because inside those tiny seeds lies a powerhouse of protein, fiber, minerals, and bioactive compounds being studied for preventative medicine. As the body ages, protein synthesis ability significantly declines. Muscles no longer respond as efficiently to low protein intake as in youth. This is when we need easily digestible proteins rich in essential amino acids and beneficial for immune health. Lentils meet all these conditions perfectly. Lentils contain 24 to 26 grams of protein per 100 grams dry weight, with high levels of essential amino acids like lysine, leucine, phenylalanine, and threonine. Especially lysine, vital for collagen production, muscle repair, and tissue regeneration, often lacking in grains. For seniors, lysine boosts bone density and prevents muscle loss, critical for maintaining independent mobility. Besides lysine, lentils also provide branched-chain amino acids like leucine and isoleucine, which activate mTORC1, a biological pathway that drives muscle protein synthesis. Notably, lentil protein is easy to digest, TD approximately 82 to 85%, gentle on kidneys, low in inflammation, and compatible with aging immune systems. Another key point is lentil protein's high bioavailability, meaning the body absorbs and utilizes it efficiently without stressing the liver or kidneys. Lentils are also rich in resistant starch and soluble fiber, which slow glucose absorption, stabilize blood sugar, and reduce inflammation. Furthermore, lentil skins are rich in polyphenols, flavonoids, and tannins, powerful antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress in muscle and nerve cells, thereby supporting the control of chronic inflammation, a key factor in the development of heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, and Alzheimer's in older adults. A study from Plant Foods for Human Nutrition analyzing over 20 lentil varieties found fiber levels range from 11 to 31 grams per 100 grams dry weight, mainly soluble fiber, helpful for post-meal blood sugar control, lowering LDL cholesterol, and aiding bowel movement. In addition, lentils are high in resistant starch, a type that resists digestion in the small intestine, instead fermenting in the colon to produce butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid that reduces gut inflammation and supports digestive lining health. A meta-analysis in the Journal of Food Composition and Analysis reported that consuming lentils 5 times per week for 8 weeks reduced average HbA1c by 0.4%, lowered LDL cholesterol by 10 to 15%, and improved fasting insulin, comparable to mild diabetes medications, but without side effects. You don't need to go vegetarian or cut out meat to enjoy lentils. Simply replacing 1/2 cup of rice or noodles daily with 1 cup of cooked lentils, approximately 100 grams, gives you 9 grams of protein, 7 to 8 grams of soluble fiber, and a range of digestive enzymes. Red lentils cook quickly and turn soft. Green or black lentils hold shape well for salads. Menu ideas: light dinner, tomato lentil soup with celery and olive oil instead of braised meat. Midday energy: fresh salad plus 1/2 cup lentils with fresh lemon and black pepper. Mediterranean-style breakfast: whole grain toast with lentil hummus. If you have digestive issues, soak lentils for 6 to 8 hours, rinse thoroughly, and cook until very soft. Those with gout or kidney stones should consume moderate amounts. Lentils contain purines. Sometimes, just one bowl of lentil soup can make a noticeable difference in a few weeks. Stay consistent, listen to your body, and let small changes guide you toward healthier aging, one step at a time. Number 5. Cottage cheese, small but mighty, a gentle protein for muscles and hearts in old age. Did you know that just one small cup of cottage cheese a day can provide as much protein as beef without the cholesterol, saturated fat, or heavy feeling? That's why cottage cheese, a light and versatile snack, is becoming a secret weapon in healthy diets for people over 60. Cottage cheese is a high-quality protein source containing 12.5% to 14% protein, comparable to lean meat. What's remarkable is that this protein is very easy to digest, rarely causes digestive issues, and is suitable even for those with weaker digestive systems. Additionally, 100 grams of cottage cheese provides about 75 to 113 milligrams of calcium, 60 to 95 milligrams of potassium, 10 to 13 milligrams of magnesium, and 350 to 420 milligrams of sodium, depending on the manufacturer. These minerals not only help keep bones strong, but also regulate heart rhythm, maintain electrolyte balance, and support effective muscle contractions, especially important for older adults at risk of muscle loss and lower body weakness. After age 60, maintaining muscle mass is key to preventing falls, instability, and reduced quality of life. However, as the body ages, it becomes less responsive to small amounts of protein, making leucine-rich, easily absorbed proteins like casein in cottage cheese critically important. Cottage cheese offers about 12.5 grams of protein per 100 grams, a notable amount for such a light dish. Most of this protein is casein, a slow-digesting protein that keeps amino acid levels stable in the blood for hours. This is especially valuable at night, during the body's natural recovery phase. Biologically, casein activates the mTOR pathway, a key mechanism controlling the rate of new muscle protein synthesis. For mTOR to work efficiently, leucine, a key amino acid abundant in cottage cheese, acts as a starter key. Moreover, cottage cheese also provides minerals that help muscles contract and relax smoothly and prevent nighttime cramps in older adults. Calcium supports muscle contractions and nerve transmission. Magnesium stabilizes cell membranes and prevents abnormal spasms. Potassium helps regulate blood pressure and electrolytes. Together with high-quality protein, these nutrients form a solid nutritional foundation to restore, protect, and nourish weakening muscles. A study published in the Journal of Dairy Science, 1988, analyzed 13 cottage cheese samples from California producers. The average protein content was 12.52%. Notably, calcium levels ranged from 75.9 milligrams in regular cheese to 106.9 milligrams in low-fat versions, an important difference for those looking to strengthen bones. Potassium was also present in significant amounts, 60.3 to 94.7 milligrams per 100 grams, supporting heart health and blood pressure control. Sodium levels ranged from 395 to 419 milligrams, which should be monitored for those limiting salt, but low-sodium versions are readily available. Interestingly, low-fat cottage cheese does not reduce protein levels and even increases calcium and potassium, both crucial for bone density and vascular health. A clinical nutrition review noted that consuming casein protein from cottage cheese at night can boost protein synthesis by 22% during sleep, a critical recovery period for seniors. These findings offer not just theory, but practical dietary strategies. By choosing the right evening foods, your body can recover, even while you rest. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet. Just add 1/2 to 1 cup of cottage cheese daily, about 75 to 150 grams. Opt for low-fat and low-sodium varieties to manage cholesterol and blood pressure while still getting essential protein and minerals. To incorporate it easily, start your morning with whole grain toast topped with cottage cheese and slices of tomato or avocado. At lunch, mix it into veggie salads instead of high-fat cheeses. For dinner, ideally, enjoy it as a savory dessert with cinnamon and apple slices, tasty and sleep-friendly. If you have kidney disease or take diuretics, consult your doctor to monitor potassium and sodium intake. With a few adjustments, cottage cheese can be a powerful ally in preserving muscle, strengthening bones, and enhancing quality of life. You don't need to change your entire meal. Just add a little cottage cheese each week. Your body will thank you every morning when you wake up with stronger legs and a lighter heart. Getting enough protein from familiar foods like eggs, lentils, cheese, or seeds can make a big difference in muscle health, especially after 60. Your body isn't weak. It's just waiting to be nourished with the right nutrients. Thank you for taking a time to listen and reflect on yourself. If this video was helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so this information can reach more people and receive one helpful health tip every day. Wishing you continued strength and peace, one step at a time, on your journey to healthy living.